Coping with MECFS, Chapter 3, Pace Yourself. It's difficult to have physical limitations, but it's also hard to push through them only to become less able or even unable to do things. So listen to your body and learn how much or little you can do. When you discern what you can safely tolerate, plan your days accordingly. That said, pay attention to your body, give yourself some flexibility, and save projects for another day if necessary. Remember, break down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. Find easier, more efficient ways to do things. Pat yourself on the back for finding creative ways to do what you need to do. 1. Acknowledge that productivity doesn't measure your worth. While it may feel good to get things done, there's more to you than what you can accomplish in a day. Don't let your limitations cause you to think less of yourself. That would be extremely unfair to you. 2. Prioritize tasks. To help you manage this, ask yourself if it will matter tomorrow, next week, or next year. Some chores are urgent or will matter in time. It's fine to put off or even eliminate others if they'll hurt you or are unnecessary. 3. Avoid the push and crash cycle as much as you can. Try to refrain from all or nothing thinking. That mindset doesn't work well with pacing. Do your best to break down duties into steps and spread them out over a number of days when you can. 4. Consider taking rest breaks even if you feel up to doing more. It's a good idea to make rest a priority even on better days. 5. Be aware that sometimes it's all right to leave a project unfinished. While this may feel uncomfortable, some things really can wait until you've given your body some needed rest. 6. Expect that your tolerance for activity might change. While it's frustrating, do your best to respect your body and adjust your pacing. 7. Take into account that even when you listen to your body and pace yourself, sometimes you may still pay consequences for activity. If this happens, try to write it out without criticizing yourself. It isn't your fault that this illness can be unpredictable. 8. Prepare yourself for when an obligation can't be broken down. Perhaps you have a medical appointment scheduled, and you know that will mean being up for longer than you can usually tolerate. You may need to rest during the days leading up to the appointment and not plan any activity for the days afterward. 9. Find the way to pace that fits you best. Some like to monitor heart rates or keep logs. Others are more comfortable with different methods. There are several articles on this topic on the CFIDS and Fibromyalgia Self-Help site. Find the link below. The Pacing Roadmap. I take off with no plan in place. I go along and feel okay until I come upon a detour. If only I'd planned ahead, I might have found a better route in the first place. Now it's too late. I don't have the energy to figure out which direction to go. I don't know how long it will take, and I'm running low on gas. I have to turn around and go back. What a waste. Lesson learned. I determined to plan next time. On my following attempt, I take off with a planned route. This feels good, so I head right for the fast lane, and away I go. It isn't long before the red warning light comes on, signaling that I should stop immediately, but I ignore it. I want to get there as fast as I did in the past. Unfortunately, it isn't long before I begin to swerve and then crash, so I don't make it to my destination. Again, what a waste. Another lesson learned. Avoid the fast lane. On my next try, I get in the slow lane and continue straight through. I reason that I'll be fine since I'm going slower. But the orange warning light comes on, which means I should take a break at a rest stop. I look the other way, thinking I can certainly manage at this slower pace. While I reach my destination, I crash once I arrive. Still another lesson learned. Stop at rest stops when needed. On yet another attempt, I plan ahead, take the slow lane, and utilize rest stops. I go along and reason that I'm doing well so far. Even so, the yellow warning light comes on, prompting me to slow down. While I'm tempted to disregard it, I feel an inner nudge to heed it instead. I slow down and even decide to use an additional rest stop. After a break, I carefully proceed. Eventually, I reach my destination, have a good rest, and celebrate that I've successfully followed the pacing roadmap. From the free ebook Coping with MECFS, written and narrated by Laurie Glass.